What's up, guys? Today I wanted to talk about 007 First Light. And I don't know about you, but I feel like I'm constantly being gaslit. That's what it feels like. When it comes to movies, I'm being gaslit. When it comes to games now, it seems that I'm being gaslit. Because I saw the gameplay trailer. I saw the state of play. People were asking me if I was gonna cover it. I was like, nah, I don't think so. I'll watch it once it's done. And I saw the gameplay, if you can, call it that. And I am thoroughly not impressed at all. To me, that was slop. I'm just gonna call it what it is. That was nothing more than slop. That is slop in gaming. What I mean by that, that was low tier, low grade, low effort gameplay. That's what that was. And I just feel like I'm being gaslit by people who are saying, oh my God, it looks insane. Oh my God, it looks crazy. Oh my God. And I'm just like, bro, that doesn't even look as good as, like, we'll say Uncharted, bruh. Like Uncharted 3, fam, and we're gonna cover that. So I'm confused by everyone glazing this game when this is low quality. This is not the quality for a AAA studio. This isn't even the quality. I mean, I would expect this maybe from a AA, possibly high-end indie, but from a AAA quality James Bond IP, this was trash. For example, let's just go over the gameplay so you can see it from my perspective. We start off with Walkie Talkie. I don't know about you, I'm tired of Walkie Talkie. It is 2025, all right? We are on PS5. I don't remember what generation console this is, but we're about to go into PS6, and we're still getting walkie-talkie segments. And I know people are like, well, Lucas, this isn't walkie-talkie, you're driving. This is walkie-talkie. And what I mean by that is that you are doing boondoggle. You are doing something that is meaningless to the gameplay in a gameplay aspect, right? Which is pushing the thumbstick forward, or in this case, you're driving the car and during the gameplay, the person who's playing is constantly, going to the left, panning to the left, like, oh, look how beautiful it is. Oh, look at it, look at everything. I'm like, bro, I don't care about how beautiful the game is. I would say moving forward, graphics like these are standard. They're standard. They're not doing anything special when it comes to the scenery. They're not doing anything special when it comes to the graphics. I get it. It looks cool. That's not why I buy a game. I buy a game for gameplay. It's an interaction. That's what I want. I want to interact with the world that they have created aside from driving a car, right, and listen to them give exposition. Walkie-talkie segment. That walkie-talkie segment lasts a pretty good time. Then we get into actual gameplay. Okay, I saw the gameplay. This is like the Temu version of Hitman. I played Hitman. I like Hitman. This, I don't know what to tell you. They're not adding anything to the equation. There's no reason for me to play this as opposed to playing Hitman when it comes to the stealth and, oh, I'm gonna go through this way and there's various ways of going in the area. I get that. That's cool. It's gimmicky. I understand. Nevertheless, right? Because unless they want to say, if I go in here, it changes the storyline, versus if I go through this way, it changes the storyline. Now that's interesting. Now you're giving autonomy to the player. Now now I know that my actions have consequences. Something, right? Something to separate yourself from people who have done it 10 times better, which is the Hitman series. Nevertheless, so we get into it. Another thing that irritates me is something that games have been doing. I see this with AAA games, is that every single time you walk by an NPC, they'll just be talking and they'll go back to talking. I'm like, I don't know who thought of this, but this is dumb. Don't stop doing this. I've seen a lot of AAA studios do this little gimmicky thing, and it's like, it takes me out of the gameplay experience. It takes me out of immersion. Because if every single NPC that I walk by, right, I'm walking in a room. This is not realistic at all, and especially in this realistic setting that they have, to have the NPCs just be like, and then follow you, and they go back to talk, and then go back to talk. It's like, bro, what? What is going on? There are times where this works, and I think it's the last time where the lady snaps to seeing James Bond walk down the stairs, like, hey, do we recognize him? It's like, no, I've never seen him before, right? Because he gives a little quip, hey, how you doing? Something like that, right? Something like that. Okay, then that makes sense.
How do you do? Where have I seen him before?
I think he models for Alexander Dupin.
Oh, right.
Because he's engaged to them, hey, how you doing? He's acknowledging that they're looking at him. But when you're walking down the hallway and everybody's snapping their heads because you've come into their circle, right? Whatever the program is designated for their circle, their cone of reference for you to go in, and now their head snaps. That's bad. It's almost as bad as like the sliding through sections that games, thankfully, they stopped using. Stop doing that.
He's out of line, but he's right.
Then, of course, this inevitably leads to a chase. And I'm like, okay, let's see the chase, right? James Bond car chases, awesome, I'm loving it. This has got to be the most boring chasing that I've ever seen in any game, bruh. Once again, Uncharted did this phenomenally. I don't understand. It reminded me of Stuntman. I don't know if y'all remember Stuntman, for those of y'all maybe too new for that, but it was a game, Stuntman. They give you directions because you're a stuntman. It'd be like, turn left, reverse, stop here, brake there. And that's what it felt like with her giving me directions. Hey, make a left, watch out, go right. And it's like, girl, I can see, thank you, but I don't need you to tell me and give me directions for what's going on.
Ambulances, watch it. Left, go left. Go right.
And it felt sterile. It felt like there was no creativity to these scenes. And once again, whoever's playing, they're giving you the scenery, right? There's this point where you're making a left turn and they're like, oh, look at the beautiful view. Look at the scenery and everything. Bro, I'm chasing somebody. I don't care about the scenery, right? I'm caring about the chase and you challenging me as a driver. That's what I care about, like fast reaction time, stuff like that. And none of that's there. I'm going through, going through scenery. It's like, okay, whatever, right? It's just set dressing at this point. It's such a boring chase that at one point of the gameplay, like the player actually purposely drives into like the pylons or the fence or whatever to give off some action. And it's just like, bro, if you have to do that, this segment is bad. But sure enough, this chase scene slowly goes back into walkie-talkie section. I don't know how you go from a chase scene to a walkie-talkie section.
Who are you really?
Agent Charlotte Ross. I'm with the DGSE. That's
French intelligence. James Bond, MI6.
Yes, I figured as much.
What's your interest in 009?
Becca didn't spend his fugitive years on a golf course. That's
I don't know how you do that because now this person is giving me exposition, right? Oh yes, we're MI6, we're trying to get this person in 009 and we've been on them for a while and yada yada. I'm like, bro, what? what is happening here? And that of course stops. Then we get into gunplay. I'm like, all right, let's see the gunplay because the chasing is trash. The stealth has been done better. We already had a walkie-talkie getting into the stealth. Fine. Let's see hand-to-hand combat and shooting. There's nothing here, bro. This is standard slop. That's what this is. There is nothing, and I'm gonna overlook them being in an airport of some kind with a whole bunch of red barrels. And they're not even discreet. It feels so off in the environment that it's like, why would you have a bunch of red explosion barrels right next to a plane? It doesn't make any sense. But nevertheless, we got the red barrels trope, which is a trope of gaming. And I'm just like, the shooting and everything, it feels sterile. There's no difference between this and any other game. There's a cool segment where he grabs somebody and they go off and the camera follows you off of the second story, whatever. That's cool. Okay, that's cool. But everything else is just I'm like, what's going on here, bro? I've already played this. There's nothing here that is special. There's nothing here that I'm like, I would buy this. I can't wait to purchase this. This set piece is trash. There's like one explosion that he reacts to, and that's like the first explosion. He goes, oh, and then the person just starts running and there are explosions going on. Listen, animation director, all you literally have to do is just add like a couple of additive animations, fam. Additive animations. This is basic 101 gameplay design, fam. Like, what are we talking about? You have all these explosions going on and he's still just walking and, he's running towards the thing. I'm like, have him crouch or something, right? That he's in this environment, bro. Sell the player that this is what's going on, that he's experiencing this, as opposed to him just doing his standard run cycle. Give us some additive of crouching or maybe a little stutter or a stumble or something like that, right? Something. Nevertheless, He's running, trying to catch the plane. And this is something that I've coined where I call it Custcene the Cool. This is a philosophy in modern games where they cutscene the cool. For example, let's just say, right, he's running and you see this little thing, I forgot what it's called, I just remember it from Liar Liar. But the thing where it speeds up to the train, or not the train, the airplane, I don't know what it's called, a little elevator thing, that's what we'll call it. And it looks like it's gonna hit us. And they cutscene to it, right? So instead of you as a player getting hit by this and grabbing onto it and like, oh, sure, that was kind of cool, right? They cutscene it. Do not cutscene the cool. And I'm like, I don't want a cutscene for the cool. I want to experience the cool. Once again, something that Naughty Dog, right, with Uncharted has done phenomenally, right? They have mastered that understanding of not cutscening the cool. These people have no understanding of that. They cutscene the cool, we get this jarring cutscene of him grabbing onto this elevator thing, right? Now we're on the elevator thing, we're on the thing, right? He's like, gotta grab the little thing that's hanging out, gotta grab it. What do they do again? They cutscene the cool. Why? I don't know. It's painful seeing this in modern gaming, because the cool part is not me driving the scaffolding or whatever it is. That's not the cool. The cool is me chasing the airplane and actually jumping on to the rope mechanic or to the rope thing as I'm as it's going on the plane. That's the cool. Now what would be even more cool is that even in the cutscene, the guys are shooting at me. You wanna know how cool that segment would have been if y'all had allowed the player to experience that? If you had allowed the player to jump on the rope, now we're jumping on the rope. Now a guy is shooting us. Now we can turn, bam, 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 James Bond, right? Bam, bam, and then climb up the rope. Then we get on the plane. No cutscene here. We just straight shoot. What do? They cutscene him getting on the plane, right? Climbs up it, he's on the plane. Now you get to play. This is not the cool part. Game developer, let me just tell you something. As a gamer, and even a game dev right now, this is not the cool. The cool is not me being on a moving plane, fam, right? This might as well be just Super Smash Brothers, right? Where I'm just on a moving platform. That's not the cool. Do you want to know what the cool is? The part where you cutscene. The cool part is not me throwing people off the plane. The cool part is me fighting them had I been fighting them as the plane was taking off. Do you understand how freaking awesome that would have been for me as a player to be fighting guys as the plane's taking off? And then guess what? Now you have this guy who pops up. Now I'm like, okay, I'm gonna fall off the plane. What do? The guy pops up, he's trying to shoot at me. Okay, I gotta go take out that guy, right? And get inside the plane. Do you understand how cool that would have been? But what do? You throw two guys off, go to cutscene. You cutscene the cool. Now we kick this guy and now we're in the plane. Bruh, the best part of the game, you've cutscene. Stop that. Please, if you can, hopefully you have time, right? But let us play that whole segment from beginning to end. Allow that to be a player experience. Okay? Don't cutscene the cool. I want to experience the cool. That would have been hell of cool of me fighting the guys or me punching this guy as the plane's taking off, right? And then maybe you even have a segment where, right, where you're holding on and you're going across the plane to kick the guy and then get in the plane. Something like, come on, bruh. You have cool cinematic, elements here. Make it worth the player's while. I don't want to see a cutscene of him getting into the plane. Allow me to do that. I want to do that. Then we go into the plane and the rest is just blah, 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 right? Standard, pew, pew, pew. Okay, I'm using my watch to shift left, shift right. I think that's almost directly taken from Uncharted. Like I'm saying, this is like the bootleg Uncharted. It's horribly done. Nevertheless, we go on the plane, yada, yada. Plane comes out, he falls out of the plane. Now, I don't know who thought this through, but guess what? You want to know something that a player does not want to see? A freaking falling idle animation for like 20 minutes, because that's what they have you doing. Like, all you had to do was follow what Uncharted 3 did years ago, bruh. They really have you fall. He's just like, shh, No additive animations on his hands, all right? No, none of this. It's just and it's the most boring. How do you make falling from a plane boring? Y'all, I gotta give it to y'all. You guys deserve a freaking award for that because that is mind-blowing, all right? How do you make falling from a plane in a video game boring? And right, and then the person who's playing it looks at something, oh, it exploded. What happened? Custcene the Cool. I kid you not. They Custcene the Cool again. The cool part, now you have these two guys on the side of you. Now he's like, okay, well, let me get on them and get the, the parachute. Bro, this game is complete just ass. This is ass, bro. This is great ideas, horrible execution. Great ideas, horrible execution. This is a travesty of gaming. That's what I just saw with 007. A travesty of gaming. Great concepts, great ideas, horrible execution. So I don't know what people are saying as, oh my God, this is so crazy. Oh, Uncharted. Oh. This is nothing like Uncharted, bro. This is bootleg, Temu, 99-cent store Uncharted. Please stop comparing this to Uncharted, okay? This is garbage. This is slop. This is modern gaming slop. That's what this is. And people are celebrating it. And I don't know. I'm ashamed of gamers, bro. I'm ashamed of these new gamers. These new gamers have no standards, bro. Just none. And we see it with crap like this. That's my take. Let me know what you guys think, whether or not Lucas, you know what you're talking about. This looks amazing. This is a day one buy. I can't wait to see more. Or you're gonna believe, nah, this is slop, bro. There was stuttering going on. There was popping. Animations were stiff in certain parts. They're Custcene in the Cool. This is modern slop. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, guys, keep animating.